Hey, Kayla here from Voice for the Speechless. I hope you're having an amazing day. So this is something I'm so excited to share with you guys. So yesterday I went out into Orlando and one of my friends had asked me, he owns he runs a nonprofit called All Life is Precious. And he said, hey, do you want to come out and do some activism? And honestly, at first I was like, I've never done that before. I don't really know what it's about. I was really scared, to be honest. And I decided, you know what? Before I judge it, I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna go and see what it's really about. What is grassroots activism? So I went out into Orlando with them yesterday and they had a booth set up, and they had a TV playing, and they had pretty much just everything that goes on in factory farming. They didn't have they just had actual operations. So they didn't have where you see, those people that are kicking cows or anything. They didn't have anything like that. They just had standard operation and what they do. And so, I've seen those videos so many times now, and do people really need to see this? It's just disgusting. But I was like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna observe, I'm gonna take pictures, I'm gonna be on the sidelines. So it was myself, and then there was 3 other guys, and a woman who brought her little potbelly pig. And so people were coming up to the pig, petting her, and then we had people that were coming up to the video. And there's 5 things I want to share about what happened. And I have to say, I was honestly surprised. And I went into it with the expectation of this doesn't work. And one of the 5 things I want to share with you is it actually works. So that was really shocking to me because I was like, oh, so people actually have never seen a video like this. So I had someone come up to me and, they said, they were watching the video, and I said, have you ever seen any footage like this? And they're like, no, I had no idea this goes on. I had no idea. I didn't register that this is what I'm consuming. And I was shocked. I was like, oh, I just thought everyone knew, this is what goes on. And you just make that choice to eat it. And they had no idea. So they came up to the table and wanted more information about how they could start eating less meat and, transitioning to vegetarian and vegan, and really connected the two. And for me in that moment, when that happened, I was like, dang, this works. And that wasn't the only time it happened. We had multiple people coming up and saying they've never seen footage like that, and they were ready to make the change. Not everyone, of course, but we definitely did have that. So it does work. And number 2 of the 5 things I want to share with you is that you just have to start the conversation. And so one of the big things we just naturally did is we started talking to them when they came up, and they usually had their dogs walking, and started a conversation about their dogs or what they're wearing, or just kind of became friends first. And it wasn't this approach go vegan or stop eating animals. It was not like that at all. And this is his organization, so he has a very specific way that we talk to people. But to me that was so cool, because it's really that human connection of, I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just having a conversation. And so number 3 is the method that we use, and that's called the Socratic method. And that is just a method of asking questions. And what that means is just asking questions to stimulate that critical thinking, that moment where you ask a question oh, so how I said, oh, so have you seen videos like this? No. How does that make you feel? Have you ever considered a diet that was less in animal products? No. Would you like some resources? And just asking like questions and not being pushy about it. So if they want to leave, they can leave, but just really getting them to think about what their habits, because I mean, all of us vegan activists, I can't even believe I'm saying that, which is, it's now empowering. Before I thought it was like a little weird, but now I'm like, no, like this is awesome. This is so cool. And you can do it in a really cool way. And so, you know, it was those conversations of talking to people and seeing that critical thinking, seeing them go, huh, okay. And like making that connection, it was incredible. So number 4 is to be nice. So I know that kind of seems obvious. And when it's something you're so passionate about, right? Like, you know, I'm just so passionate about people not hurting animals, not using them and abusing them and not eating them and murdering them, right? Like, it would be really easy for me to go the extreme and be like, I guess it wouldn't be that easy for me, but I could see how it could be really easy for other people to be like, well, you eat her, or like just say like mean things or be nasty, and that is not beneficial. That is not beneficial to that method of asking questions and being open, and if they're not, that's okay. And so that was really cool to see that everyone who felt really passionate about that was being nice. And you know, we all used to eat meat. Everyone that was there, we used to eat meat all the time. You know, that's how we were all brought up. You know, I definitely know people who started off as babies as vegan and have been vegan all their life, but that's super rare, you know, this day and age. And so it was cool to see them just being so nice and friendly and understanding of people. Because, you know, vegans sometimes get a bad rap because we talk about it all the time, like, hey, go vegan. And it's just like after you make that switch, and we were talking about this last night at dinner. We went out to Leguminati, which is so good. It's a vegan restaurant here. And it's like, yes, like typically how it goes is like going vegetarian is pretty easy. Honestly, like you start, you know, by giving up the meat, giving up the fish. You know, we started by, you know, giving up red meat first, then poultry, then fish. And then the longer duration for us and most people is giving up the dairy, and specifically the cheese, which actually has an addictive property in it. So it does take a long time to kind of wean yourself off, unless, you know, you're a rare breed out there that can just like, boom, see the video and go for it. That's not most people. And so anyways, after you make that shift to stopping that cycle of constantly doing that, and, you know, having the resilience of, no, like I'm not doing this. And it kind of like, it gives you power. It gives you self-power, and the fact that you can do something kind of hard. Like, it's kind of hard to do it, but you gain so much strength, and then you can apply it to other areas of your life. Like, I feel like, and I was talking to my friend, my now friend Joe, about this, is like, now it's so easy to say, you know what, I'm gonna switch this habit. Like, I can do it. And so you know, it's just really cool seeing a lot of ambitious vegans because of them being able to make that switch. So anyways, the last tip that I learned from that experience yesterday was to spend your energy on the people who are ready. So not everyone is ready to hear about it. Not everyone is open to different ways of thinking, and that's okay. Like, you know what? Like, I'm not out here to change every person to go vegan. I'm out here to help the ones who are a little curious, a little bit wanting to know a little bit more, wanting to incorporate more, who are are ready to make a change in their life. I'm not here to help everybody. I mean, do I wish that everyone would make better decisions? Heck yeah. But it's not my job to do that. My job is to just be here for who's ready. So that was my experience yesterday. And now I have like the title of being an animal activist, but really it's not like going out and doing those grassroots things that really made me an advocate. It was these lives, these talking about animal rights. And this is even before I was vegan, when I was talking about, spaying and neutering and different things for animals that's beneficial. So, it doesn't have to be vegan. It can be anything related to really any activism in your, in what you want to help evolve the world in. And for me, as you know, I'm just so passionate about animals. So I hope this empowers you to, one, speak up, be a voice. You don't have to be a voice of anger or a voice of, just resentment. You can be a compassionate voice. You can be an understanding voice and seeing where people are coming from, but helping them in their journey. And with that, I wanted to give you one resource. So this is a book that I got probably 2 years ago, and it's amazing. So this is the Animal Activist Handbook. It's just a really short read. I don't even think it's 100 pages. Oh, it's a little over 100 pages. But anyways, it's really good, and it explains a little bit more and gives some more education about the subject. So you can pick this up on Amazon if you're interested in that sort of thing. Other than that, as you probably know, we do have a nonprofit of our own, Orlando Farm Rescue, and we are fundraising to raise money for the land so we can rescue more animals, which is really cool. And so if you want to be a part of that and really be in our circle, you can join our Patreon. And so if you go to patreon.com/OFR, you can sign up to be a Patreon. We'd love to have you in there and be a part of the journey. So with that, hope that helps and hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. Love to hear from you, hear what you think about this. Is it weird? Do you like it? Anyways, love to hear from you. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk with you guys soon. Bye for now.